Hi, this is Connie. Today's recipe uses a secret ingredient for making traditional Italian meatballs. You'll never guess what it is.
And hi, this is Vince. Welcome to our channel, A Quick Recipe.
The entire list of ingredients will be available later.
Feel free to pause the video and make notes as we go along. And please comment, or suggest a recipe you'd like to see us do.
We're going to start with the basics. Add all of the dry ingredients in a large bowl, except for the meat. That includes 2.5 teaspoons of kosher salt, 3/4 of a teaspoon of coarse ground black pepper, 3/4 of a cup of breadcrumbs. We're using panko breadcrumbs, but plain breadcrumbs will work. And finally, 1/2 cup of grated parmesan cheese. Now for the wet ingredients. Add 4 medium-sized eggs that are thoroughly mixed. And 6 tablespoons of ice-cold water, which helps to keep your meatballs moist and from drying out during cooking. If the mixture seems a little dry, or you want meatballs that are even moister, add a little more water at a time. And now the secret ingredient, 1/2 cup of whole milk ricotta cheese. And 1/2 cup each of finely chopped fresh basil and straight Italian parsley. Now mix everything well. It's time to add 1 pound of ground pork and 1 pound of ground chuck. Chuck has a greater fat content, which means that the meatballs will hold together better than a leaner cut. After thoroughly mixing the wet and dry ingredients with the meat, we're going to form our meatballs. We're using an ice cream scoop to measure the meatballs, which gives us a meatball that is pretty uniform in size and about 1 1/3 ounces. And then they're going to be rolled in flour. The starch in the flour will caramelize quickly and brown the meat, giving it a deep color and added flavor. Pat the excess flour off so that the meatballs don't overly brown and create too heavy of a crust. To make it easier to brown without sticking, use a non-stick or cast iron pan and add about 1/4 cup of extra virgin olive oil. Place the meatballs so that there's enough space around each one to allow them to brown evenly. If you're going to finish cooking them in a pasta sauce, only par-cook them to prevent them from getting too dried and tough. Take a moment to subscribe to our Quick Recipe channel and give us a like.
It makes it possible to create more episodes for you.
If you're going to finish off the meatballs in the sauce, make sure the sauce is up to a low-medium temp. We're trying to bring the meatballs up to temperature, that is, regain temperature and complete the cooking slowly. To do that, we're going to cover the pan and let it simmer for about 15 minutes under low-medium heat. Here's the list of ingredients for simply made Italian meatballs. For about 24 meatballs, this is what you'll need. 1 pound each of ground pork and of ground beef, preferably chuck. 2.5 teaspoons of kosher salt. 3/4 of a teaspoon of coarse black pepper. 3/4 of a cup of plain breadcrumbs. 1/2 cup of grated parmesan cheese. 4 medium-sized eggs. 1/2 cup of ice-cold water. 1/2 cup of whole milk ricotta cheese. 1/2 cup of both fresh basil and parsley chopped. And 1/2 cup of all-purpose flour.
You can review the list in the Show More section below. Plus there's a download link there also for the entire recipe.
When serving it with your favorite pasta, finish it off with some freshly grated Parmesan or Romano cheese.
That really makes my mouth water.
Bon appétit! Here are a few more tips and recipes that you may find interesting. Also, check out our website, aquickrecipe.com, for more interesting cooking ideas.
Thanks for watching. See you next time on our YouTube channel, A Quick Recipe.